So this is a popular question I get all the time, and it is how I take my MSM, if I take it rectally or if I take it orally. I've just been taking MSM orally for the longest of times. You can add MSM to, like, if you're doing a coffee enema. That's actually the only time I've ever taken it rectally. For me, taking things rectally, like, it is kind of like a production, and half the time I only want to take that time to do something rectally if it's like glutathione. So it would just be like an extra step to mix up the stuff for the MSM. I'm not sure how well it would dissolve, like with a teaspoon of MSM and then a teaspoon or two of glutathione. Obviously, if you're taking things rectally, it is going to be absorbed quicker, and basically you're just not going to waste any, because when we do take things orally, some of it will come out like in your pee. Like, not all of it's gonna get into your bloodstream. I am toying with the idea of seeing if I can mix both my MSM and my glutathione together in just like a little bit of water. Why I'm so worried about getting it in like such a small amount of water, because like I'm using literally like this much water. Like, so when I have my little 10 milliliter syringe, it's like all of the numbers are wiped off, so I don't really know how much it is. That's why I'm just like giving you guys an approximate, but it's like that much of water. I would like to keep it at that much water because I've noticed I've been able to keep it in overnight. So I'm afraid if I add more water, it'd be harder for me to internally hold it. Maybe I'm just making things up and actually it would be fine. I don't know, but I'm thinking about trying it just so I can go on record and tell you guys, yes, I did see a difference when I started taking MSM rectally every day, or no, I did not. Because honestly, I'm always taking it orally, and that's just out of convenience. So for you yourself, you have the choice of doing it rectally or orally, or if you want to do coffee enemas once a week or a few times a week. There are some people who do coffee enemas every day. It just depends on how much time you have for that, because will take a bit of your time. I mean, at least 30 to 40 minutes, if not longer. It just depends. So you do have options for how to take it. I'm thinking if I want to commit to it, adding it and just taking it at night. I don't know. I guess maybe I'll try it. I don't know, just to see. But if you think about it, in theory, it should be absorbed better. Like, yeah, in theory, taking MSM rectally, you will get more out of it. So I guess you'll get more for your money. When I was taking MSM rectally before, I was using the bulk glutathione MSM, and this is just like their bulk glutathione, just the bulk brand, bulk supplements. I was using their MSM. It was like a powdered MSM. I do not like taking the MSM orally because it tasted so bad, but I would use a scoop of it in my coffee enemas. So I understand if you guys don't want to use like the Cala Health, that's the one I always use and I always take orally. I understand if maybe you don't want to like use that one for your rectal syringes, because obviously the powdered one from bulk supplements, that's way cheaper. I would assume, I don't know which one would actually, sadly I don't have any of the powdered MSM. I just know if you want to take MSM orally, go with the flakes. A lot of people say the flakes are the best. I love the way the flakes taste versus how the powder tastes. Also, when you're taking MSM, I don't suggest you mix it with any water at all. Basically what I do is I just take a scoop, I put it on my tongue. If you're gonna do this, only do it in like teaspoonfuls. Anything more than that, it might be hard to get it down, but like, you know, take however many teaspoons you need. So 1 teaspoon, drink water, take another teaspoon, just however much you're taking, because everyone's dosage is going to be different. I was able to find some information on taking MSM rectally, and apparently the medical dosage of MSM is about 5,000 to 10,000 milligrams. Anything under that is, you know, it's kind of like the minor leagues. It's not really a whole lot. If you are taking it trying to see a big change in your skin, then I would definitely suggest taking upwards to 10,000 milligrams, if not more. I mean, at the most, when I was taking MSM, it was like 20,000 milligrams. Also, depending on how much you're taking, for most people, it just depends on how much you're willing to spend. The Cala Health, their MSM flakes, they are more on the pricey side, and the container is smaller. So if you do the bulk supplements, if you do their powdered, especially if you're just taking it rectally, then the taste really won't matter that much, but you would get way more for your money if you go with that brand, is what I'm trying to get at. As far as which one works better, I mean, some people say they switch brands of MSM and then they go back to like the last brand that they were on, so Cala Health. So I guess apparently the flakes are better, but if you think about it, if you're taking it rectally, it shouldn't really matter because it's going straight to your bloodstream anyways. Like, not only does it get into your bloodstreams, I think some of it will go to like lymph nodes and bloodstream because of that gland that's back there. That's like an inch to 2 inches in our rectum. So even if you were to do, let's say, instead of doing a rectal syringe, which is using, the only difference between a rectal syringe and doing an enema is a rectal syringe is a very small amount of water and an enema is like a lot. Like when I'm doing enemas, I'm usually doing at least 4 cups of liquid. When I'm doing, you know, a rectal syringe, I'm, you know, doing this much, like a teeny tiny bit of water. Well, not that much, but about that much. I'm doing a really small amount of water. So that is the difference. And then with the rectal syringe, you're just trying to hold it for as long as you can, which should be far longer than what you would hold in an enema. I think for enemas, by the time you've actually get all of the water into your, you know, intestines, and so however long that takes, depending on what method you're using, by the time you get the water in, then you need to start your timer for like 15 minutes. And I mean, sometimes I struggle to like keep it all in, so it just really depends. But again, going on theory, if we think about the theory of it, in theory you should get more out of rectal syringes than enemas because we hold it in longer. Whether this is true, I actually have no proof. I'm just going on what I think, but this is just really something that we have to try because we can sit here and we can speculate all day, but until we actually go ahead and like put it to work, we won't really know. So I just thought I would clear up what to do, how I take it, and the different options. I do not recommend the MSM tablets. I just don't. I tried those for like maybe a week. I did not like them, so definitely get the powder, or if you're gonna be taking it orally, get the flakes. More for your money would be powder, but if you're taking it orally, then you might want to spend a little bit more for a smaller container because it's so much easier to get down. MSM is sulfur, so it tastes awful. It smells awful. Also understand that whenever I go up in my dosage, so let's say you are taking like 8,000 milligrams now or 10,000, you want to go up, sometimes my body will like slightly detox until it like adjusts. And so this detox can be maybe more breakouts, but it'll be temporary breakouts, and there'll be a specific type, like you'll know that it's brought on by the MSM, or you'll just be more gassy.